So this is a historic podcast today because I just got dental work and I cannot feel this half of my face right here. And without further ado, please welcome my pal, Colum Tyrrell, to the podcast.
Yes, thank you. I'm glad I'm here for this monumental moment.
I've never podcasted, so if you hear in the audio or you see in the video my face drooping a little bit, it's
strokey, a little strokey.
It's a little strokey, isn't it?
Yeah, of course, but
yeah. But I'm kind of pushing through.
This is always professional.
See, that's the thing.
This is like flu game.
See, we booked this, and I was like, I'll be fine. I got a dentist appointment. I did not realize that they were going to be. When I planned this, I was like, it'll be fine. And then they're like, all right, we're going to shoot you up now. I was like, okay, here we go.
In the scale of things, you're all right. You're all right. But I'm naturally a bit of a mushmouth idiot anyway. Even without dental work.
Well, even if you got dental work, you have the accent to kind of cover it up a little bit.
Yeah.
So you could be like, just, lean on your accent a little bit more,
Yeah, I'm a bit of a mumbler. Yeah, naturally. The Irish are a bit of Andrew Tate.
Dude, it feels so weird to laugh. I can't even tell you how like it's trying to push up like on this side, and it's like my mouth is like pushing against it.
Well, if this is a permanent thing now for you, if it just happened to stay like that forever, that's a good angle. I'm the guy who has half a face, like the half a face comic. You know?
Any way to find diversity these days?
Yes.
Yeah. As a white dude,
I think so. Yeah.
We need angles these days.
I'm the half a face guy.
I'm the half a face guy. I do impressions on only one side of my face, and the other side, that's just me. Yeah, dude. You're in from New York for a little bit.
Yeah, in from New York. If anyone can't guess, I'm from Ireland originally, but I live in New York. Came in for New Year's Eve at the Comedy Store with the Legion of Skanks crowd. Yeah, it was sick. Yeah.
I heard there were some wild shows there.
Yeah, it was nuts. Well, it was New Year's Eve, and then at the end, there was like some random girl on stage, doing the countdown with us, and I don't know what I said something about. I was like, give it up for this girl's fake breasts. And then she was like, they're not fake, and took them out for the whole crowd. It was like New Year's. It was wild.
Well,
it was a real.
That's one way to kick off the new year.
She's like, they're not fake. Look at how droopy they are. She was like, kind of like, look. Kind of like, he was like, yeah, okay, they're not.
Yeah, we get it.
Whoa, we're really not.
I don't know if this was a different girl, but Jamar was kissing some girl on stage. Was it that girl?
Yeah, that was the same one.
My man, Jamar, what up, bro?
Yes, Neighbors.
Let's go, baby. Whoa.
Neighbors wasn't far behind. Yeah, when he heard tits. He was like, do I hear tits out?
Yeah, as soon as they flopped out, Jamar came running.
Came running down, burst in like Kramer. Yeah. Tits! Jerry, there's tits here! I thought I heard tits. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. Yeah, there was a funny video. Jamar was on stage and he was kissing two girls at the New Year's thing.
Oh, okay.
And it's me to decide on my own. It's like it's New Year's Eve. It's the countdown, and I'm just like waving, and meanwhile he's to the side, just arms around two girls.
Well, two for him, none for you. He treated them just like a Twix.
I've never seen such a photo where someone's so cool and me just the guy beside them.
You're the guy at the end of the SNL credits is just waving. You weren't in any sketches, and Jamar's and everything. He's like, yeah, let's go.
Yeah, I'm the guy. It's like, oh, is he still on the show? Is that guy? Yeah.
Oh, cool. But you recently did something really cool. You're on the Tonight Show recently.
I was on the Tonight Show, yes.
Fun set too, man.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, appreciate it. Yeah. It was kind of came out of nowhere. It just happened because I'm not, none of my friends really are involved in that world of traditionally like late night and stuff.
Sure.
And then I just happened to be doing a show.
The comments are pretty funny because I watched your set. It was a great set. And it's funny because a lot of the Legion of Skanks supporters and fans are in the comments. And it's just funny to see that dichotomy between a traditional late, this is where I'm just starting to slur it, the traditional late night show and, pretty much, the indie podcasts like punk grunge scene.
Yeah.
Coming together to be like, yeah, that's our boy, that's right,
Yeah. Well, I personally I was never a dream of mine, really. It's funny. So there's a couple of things. First of all, I didn't grow up watching late night in Ireland. So is
there late night shows really in
Ireland?
They
have their own versions, but it's not. It's a more talk showy, serious stuff.
How late did they go? I know it's a dumb question.
How late at night?
Yeah.
Not like 11 maybe.
Okay. Well, that's what I was asking because traditionally I grew up with. I can't say traditionally right now.
Just go for it, dude.
Traditionally,
just embrace the lisp and just spit all over your microphone.
Well, that's the thing is like I keep swallowing. I keep realizing that I'm about to start foaming at the mouth, and I'm like, oh, you need to swallow.
Maybe I should get drunk, so then we both just
yeah, then we're both just like kind of stammering and mumbling around. Our late night in Kansas, in the Midwest, it usually went till like at least 12:30 or 1 a.m.
Yeah.
So pretty late as far as like late night goes. I think Conan would come on. I think he would start sometime in the Midwest around 11 or 11:30, and then go till like 1 a.m. or something like that. So,
well, I was kind of happy. So I never cared about doing any of that because it was never like a childhood dream. It's kind of not that important anymore in the grand scheme of your career, you know. And but I was always reckless with my career, like going on Legion of Skanks, saying horrible things, just being a part of that like little edgy boy crew. But
they need to get edgy boy merch.
Edgy man,
dude, with the Legion of Skanks, like that sad, like kind of like the angry emoji face, but then it just says edgy boys on it.
Edgy boys, and they have like caution tape on the mouth, just edgy boys. Watch out, we're saying it.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, don't say it. We're saying it.
You're thinking it. We're saying it.
Absolutely. No one was thinking that. But then everyone else that wanted that world, the other comedians, they were like, "Oh, I wouldn't go on a podcast and never say this." And then I just happened to get the Tonight Show. How we doing? We doing good? Just checking in. I just happened to get it, and it was great because it was like my enemies. It's like, I've achieved your dream, and I didn't even want it. It was like a fluke.
Fine.
I just happened to do a set one night, and the booker was there, and he liked me. And then it was like very, very fast. It was like sending a tape, blah blah blah.
Well, so when you did the set, like I've seen, a handful of your stand-up sets and stuff, and they're somewhat edgy.
Yeah.
What was the stuff that you were doing in that set where he's like, this?
Pretty much, I think I just got past the cellar, so I was kind of trying to curse a lot less anyway.
Oh, of course.
And then he just saw me, and I happened, and I didn't know who he was. All the other comedians knew who he was. I thought he was like an older comedian, the booker. I thought he was a comedian that I'd never met.
Yeah, fine. I guess we'll get lunch or whatever sometime.
Yeah. And I introduced myself to him, and he kind of like whatever, and I was like, fucking prick, you know. And then all the other comedians were all nervous and up there thinking it's their big shot, and then I just happened to get it. And then he told me exactly what he's like, I like this joke and I like that joke, and I was like, fine, I'll just do that. He was like, but do whatever you want, like. And I was like, no, let's just skip all that, and I'll just do those jokes. It didn't make a difference.
Yeah, make it easy.
Yeah, but it's good to show people you can do a variety of comedy, right?
Dude, of course. I mean, that's the same thing on the flip side. I'm not a crazy dirty comedian. Like I talk like a lot, like I'll talk like sex stuff on stage.
Yeah.
But I don't really swear.
Yes.
And for whatever reason, that means a lot to people when you don't swear. Certain people, they're like, thank you for not swearing.
Yeah, yes.
Which is a weird concept, right?
Yeah.
But I love doing shows like Legion of Skanks and the Gas Digital shows and stuff like that, because it's not really in my wheelhouse to go that hard in the paint.
Yes.
But I like being around it because I just like comedy in general. I'm a fan of comedy. So
sure.
even though I'll put myself in uncomfortable situations because I can see the comedy within it. You know what I mean?
You're a great example of someone who's, like you said, you're clean. Well, at least you're not cursing. And you've still got, you've got a nice image around you, but you're still involved in that world. A lot of people won't get involved.
Won't even touch it.
But I was like, but that doesn't mean, just because you're on that podcast doesn't mean they're not going to come for you in 4 years when something's happened. You can always just sit out that joke if you think a joke's uncomfortable. You can just go, all right.
Right. Well, I mean, that's what's so cool. Like Jim Gaffigan has done like Legion of Skanks and stuff like that, where I'm like, that's the epitome of a clean comic right there.
Yes.
Who he'll just sit out if he's not feeling a joke.
Exactly.
It's like, that's not his viewpoints, but that's what, to me, like, that's what's so cool about doing just different stuff like that is I never understand people who's like, I could never be friends with this kind of person if they voted for that person.
Yeah.
That kind of mentality. I'm like, why?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Everybody has different viewpoints.
For sure. I understand. Yeah, I'd never It is everyone, each to their own. But some people get very tribal with that stuff, especially with comedy. It's kind of a little bit over now, I feel, but it was like a few years ago. I felt like there was a huge kind of big divide going on. And then
did you feel that coming in from Ireland, where you were like, oh, this is like very I see all the scene. You probably saw the scenes very clearly coming in from another country.
I remember coming to the open mics in New York, and I remember a lot of people kind of being like, you can't joke about that. And I always felt they were unfunny comedians were pushing this kind of almost a propaganda to be like, I'm not funny, right? So I can't allow you to be funny
with this subject
so I need
matter?
to create more rules to like narrow your opportunity
to confine you.
Yeah, that's what I always felt it was. Because there's always the unfunniest ones who are like, oh my God, can you believe he said that? I'm like, yeah, of course I can. That was hilarious.
Yeah, I like that.
Like, yeah, and then every now and again a comedian will do something and it'll go viral because it was pretty much racist or whatever. But like, I get it's not a funny joke, but I was like, yeah, but what they were trying to do was if they pull that off, it's like when you fall when doing gymnastics or something, as we all
when
do.
You spring up,
whatever that thing is, you're gonna hurt yourself trying to do the best trick, and then it doesn't look good. So if you say something racist, or for example, and it bombs, it is racist, but you go, but I was trying to do the great thing.
Yeah.
And that's the reason it kind of is cool at times, because you're like, the risk of bombing and ruining your career is a lot, like that's
versus pulling it off and people are like, this guy's a genius for making that work.
Yeah, if you got it,
if you get it,
yeah. But a lot of times they don't.
yeah. Those are the clips that you're like, oh, you know what, I'm not going to post this one. I'm going to skip out on this one.
That's someone in the audience posts about you. You go, that's not
oh no, there's cell phone footage that night.
And you go, oh, at least I had captions. I'm like hitting them up going, I don't like Instagram captions, can you use this font?
Yeah. Yeah, you start planning people to try to cancel you in the audience.
Yeah.
I gotta get a career somehow.
I was thinking of that. I might try to do some sort of a fake crowd work show where it's kind of it's like a parody of the crowd work nowadays, and it's like, you've comedians who are plants going like, oh, and you go, you do the usual like,
right.
Hey, oh, nice of you to bring your daughter here tonight, sir. And then he's like, what? That's your girlfriend? Oh, yeah. And everyone goes, oh.
Yeah, everybody's losing their minds in the audience.
Yeah, exactly. And then, but the camera pans, it's just a friend of yours, a comedian, and he's dressed as a woman, and there's like a whole thing.
Hey, man.
I think this
I
work.
hope you make that, because that would be a lot of fun to watch. I would love that.
Yeah, I'm going to write a viral crowd work thing and shoot it.
Yeah.
Okay, why not?
Just write something viral, dude.
Just write a viral
thing.
And I go, someone needs to throw something at me here.
Yeah. You're dodging things on stage and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Well, when did you move to New York?
2014.
Okay.
Yeah, so I've been out a while now. It's a long time.
I think did I meet you at Skankfest South? Was that one of the first times I met you?
I actually think I met you crazy. I was doing Tommy Pope's show.
Yeah.
Tommy Pope used to have the podcast at Compound Media, and I showed up as a guest.
Yes, me and you did it together.
You came in as a guest with Ian Fidance.
Yes.
And then I ended up having to host the show because Tommy just never showed up.
He never showed up, dude.
He sent the text, like, I'm in Philly. 5 minutes before the show, and I was like, so I was like,
I'm texting him for information to try to get into the building, and then Tommy Pope is like, oh yeah, I'm in Philly, I'm not coming, and then there's a different host. I'm like, wait, what? You like, I was gonna do your podcast. I'm cool with, and then we hit it off in there.
That's how we met. Yeah, but I remember Tommy used to really like me every day. He'd be texting, come in to do this podcast tonight. When you're just doing a podcast for the sake of doing it after what? Yeah.
Yeah, I was with Ian. We were grabbing dinner. And I was like, dude, I don't know how this podcast is going to go because we'd never met before. I was like, will you come with me and do it? Because Tommy just bailed. Like, I don't know what's happening.
Yeah,
like,
of course.
We're 10 minutes from there. And then he's like, yeah, but I know Colum. It'll be great. I was like, okay, cool.
Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah.
I can't remember the last time. That might be the only time I've ever shown up to do someone's podcast, and none of us involved were the actual host or anything like that, and we're like, I guess we're doing this guy's podcast without him for no benefit.
What other circumstance would that happen?
To no benefit of us at all.
Yeah.
Let's do this guy's podcast and upload it for him, and we do his ad reads and they'll get paid.
Yeah.
We're gonna need you to redo that Blue Chew commercial.
Yeah. They're emailing you about it. Like, where is Tommy? He's still not showing up. I just did him and Chris's pod, Stuff Island. It was a lot of fun.
That's great. That's a lot of fun. Those are my boys. Yeah. It's great to see. Those guys fucking doing well.
Yeah.
Yeah. That whole Philly crew's doing well.
Dude, there's something about Philly comedians that I don't know if it's just this group or in general that I've met over the years, but I always click with them and they're always really funny.
Yeah.
Just, I don't know what it is. Like Philly births, like just really funny, just kind of brass, just like say whatever they feel like comics.
It's like it's an irrelevant city, right? Philly is like a real irrelevant, it's just close to New York. That's kind of all they have. So it's kind of like a shitty, just like, it's not really a good place to be, right? It's a dump. There's like, the bars close early. There's no tourism. They've no gardens. All their houses are just like...
Talk about their women.
Yeah, the women, they're pigs. Yeah. You know, the whole city's disgusting. And they're all poor and their parents are alcoholics.
Talk about the poverty.
Yeah, and but that produces the funniest and best people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Struggle produces funny.
Struggle produces funny. Yeah. And they're all just sort of working class, dumb Eagle fans, you know, throwing batteries at the opposition.
Eating batteries.
Eating batteries at games. Put it on, melt some cheese on it, eat a battery.
Yeah.
So that's sort of just, I think that's because New Jersey's very similar, and there's a lot of like working class, poor, shitty places just make really funny people. Mm-hmm. That's, I think, my theory on it.
Yeah.
Like Philly's a real dump. I don't know if you've ever been. It's horrible.
Hey, they've got cheesesteaks going for them.
Great. With the most dirtiest, overhyped sandwich.
What do you think of a cheesesteak coming from Ireland?
I think it's just irrelevant. I don't think it's like a steak sandwich is much better. Like a proper full steak.
Well, what do you put on your steak sandwich?
You'd have like the caramelized onions and some maybe provolone or something, a cheese on it. And it's more like ciabatta bread, if I'm saying that right.
Ciabatta?
Yeah, I always call it ciabatta. But I
mean, it adds a flair to it.
There's a thing about a lot of these words that I was taught in Ireland that when you get here and they go, what are you talking about? I'm like, Bologna. It's Bologna. And they're like, no.
Bologna's my favorite deli.
And they're like, bologna? I'm like, oh, is that how it is? Yeah.
But I mean, that makes way more sense. Like if you're just reading it.
Yeah, we're just winging it. We're just winging stuff. Yeah.
Ciabatta sounds very exciting.
I've been saying ciabatta for my whole life.
You've never had ciabatta bread?
Yes. Yeah. That does sound good.
Right?
And that's a good sandwich. I don't need you to dice it up and shred it and put the whiz on it. The whiz, I think, is disgusting. That's nasty.
Really? You don't like cheese whiz?
I can't do the whiz, no.
You don't like cheese that comes in a can?
No. Yeah, it's probably like vegan cheese whiz. It's just a bunch of random chemicals.
I used to be like a fat kid, and I would take like the cheese whiz and like just right straight down the gullet, dude. So good.
It's like that's almost like doing whippets or something.
Pretty much, yeah. Whippets as a kid is just
everyone in America's as high as kids stuffing cheese whiz down their mouth, but that's disgusting. Yeah, I don't. That's over. Like Philly just has nothing to offer anyone. It's just a crazy place.
Just the comics.
You show up there and like, what have you got as a tourist attraction? A fucking broken bell. All right, this is. We have a Rocky statue. I don't want to go like down Bill Burr's rant, but you're like, great.
Now you said that you mentioned that Jamar had 2 girls on stage while you had none. Does your accent help you with the ladies at all?
I think so. I think it has to.
It doesn't hurt.
It definitely does not hurt. You know, and I think it might be more if I wasn't based in New York. People tell me like if I went down to the South, like if I went to Tennessee, it's like so exotic because everyone's got an accent in New York. There's no one.
Eclectic there and a big melting pot.
But I've heard over the years. But I've been in a relationship for a while now. But I have played it up in the past, and I used to do it when I started comedy in Ireland, and I'd go to England for like the weekend for shows. I would let people know about the accent, you know, like I'd be smoking cigarettes but I'd have a lighter and I'd go up to like a group of women going like, have any of you got a lighter? I'm having a smoke and, you know, like, and they're like, oh my God, are you Irish? I'm like, oh, could you tell? I'm like, I got a pot of gold with me. Fucking shillelagh. Yeah, just hamming it up completely.
There's a rainbow in the distance. Look
at
that
Jesus. 'tis a thing of beauty. Reminds me of when
I'm hungry. Would you like some Lucky Charms?
yeah, it does.
Maybe a sack of potatoes.
All right, let's get naked. That's immediately. Does that do it out for you?
Yeah. Is this good compensation? My overacting of my accent for you?
You gotta play it up. You gotta have some. You gotta just, the accent helps. I don't know what it is about women love having. I guess it makes you. I don't know if it makes you exotic or there's like something.
Just something
unique.
different, maybe.
And men don't like that kind of at all. You know.
You think that we like more just what we know?
A man will say this. He goes, "Oh, I love a girl with an Italian accent or something." And you go, "No, you like the girl who's hot, and now she just happens to have the Italian accent." So you're like, "What a like if she was ugly, you wouldn't be like, oh, but that accent though." You know, whereas
that axe though.
that
yo,
what that axe do?
Girl, back that axe up.
My ciabatta.
My ciabatta.
Yo,
come
look
on,
at those
let's go. Let's go to the local deli to get some bologna and some ciabatta.
But I think women will look at a guy that they don't find it, like they go, oh, and then he'll like come out with like an accent. They go, oh my God.
Well, I think women in general are more into personalities over looks.
Yeah.
But that's why you see the
for the boys.
Yeah,
for the boys.
I'm like, for the boys. That's my dentist mouth. For the boys.
Yeah, as your dead tooth falls out.
Yeah. I wonder if I talk to my wife later tonight and I'm like, so are you in the mood? She's like, something's different
The
about
accent.
you. Yeah, the accent.
You go, oh, yeah, I was talking to Colum for a while. Like, you know, I pick up.
Kind of rubbed off. You know what? I did have a buddy who I used to play soccer with in high school who his parents were from London, and I stayed over at his place when it used to not be weird for friends to like sleep over at each other's places and stuff like that, and like middle school, high school.
Yeah.
In high school, it starts to like get to the point where like, no, you go home now.
Just go home. Yeah.
Just go home.
Yeah.
But I was staying over at his place, and I stayed with them for like a night and almost a full day, and I came home with talking a little,
nice,
just like little bits because it was so on repeat, and he from listening to his mom, dad, like he was slipping into his old accent. So then like it transferred to me, and my mom's like, why are you talking like
came
that?
up, you're, hello, Ma.
Hello, Ma.
Ma,
it's so nice to see you, Mum.
I've got a bit of black lung down the mine.
Do you have any milk for me, Mum?
Ale, now.
Ale, come on. I need another serving.
Like, ale, you're 11. I said ale, woman.
I've been out in the yard all day playing football.
Yeah, that's not. I pick up accents a lot too. I heard there's like a thing about it, like some people like that. There's like, it's almost like you want to be liked type of a thing. So you start to like almost mimic their things. So I have a real quick thing of picking up stuff.
I have a thing about that. It's more of I mimic energies.
Yeah. Okay.
Like I grew up mimicking voices and doing impressions and stuff like that. So certain group of people like that I'm around, I definitely like rise to the occasion of their energy. So if I have gay friends that are around me that are a little more flamboyant, you're gonna catch me being a little bit more flamboyant.
Yeah, I might just suck a cock. You know, like, hey, next thing you know, just energy.
Listen, I'm just rising to the occasion here. Like you don't know what I'm gonna do.
So funny. You just pretend completely in the closet and go, no, it's an energy.
No, it's just this energy that when I'm around certain friends.
Yeah, and like sometimes I miss that energy, so I go on an app and meet these guys at a park.
You know, like if it's energy, then can you deny it?
Yeah, that's true. I'm just mimicking it.
That's the most LA thing you can say. If it's energy, can you deny it even?
Yeah, that's what I've been saying.
That's what I've been saying this
entire
time.
You're so right. Yeah.
All right, see you. Yeah, I've definitely been accused of like around certain groups of friends, like being more of whatever that group of friends. I don't know what it is. It's just like it's just a thing.
I understand. Yeah,
like kind of like matching the energy in a room sometimes for stand up.
Yes.
If it's a high energy room, you're sometimes elevating where you're like, oh wow, I'm really going for it. Versus a dead room, sometimes you'll lower yourself. I try not to do that because that's when sometimes I feel like you need the energy to bring them up. Yeah. But you sometimes catch yourself like relaxing a little bit more when an audience is kind of more chill and just
take your time to get to the fucking punchline.
Right.
You go like, I'll go the long way around for some reason.
Why not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, just chill out. Everyone's falling asleep. Yeah, I get it. Sometimes I find myself though, and it's really bad. I don't know why. I can't help it, but I'll do like broken English back to someone speaking broken English, you know? And like you're meeting someone Spanish and they're like,
you'll do broken English back to somebody who's trying to find the words in English.
I'll go
Give
like
me an example.
I'll just like break it down, like if I'm ordering tacos or something, and they're like, "Okay," and I'm like one, like I'm like just like really one, please, like type of a
taco.
Yeah. Or they'll say something like, it's especially working in construction for so long as I did in New York, like after a while it's like you'll just say something's wrong, and then they'll be like, more big, and I go yeah, more big, let's go. Like type of a thing.
Right. You're not trying to correct, you're just trying to go down.
Although I guess that's probably better to do that rather than stop down and go, all right guys.
Well, you also don't want to be the guy in the conversations
bigger.
Like, actually, yeah, it's bigger.
Pull them to the side.
Hey, come here. Juan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Juan, yeah.
Listen, are you looking at me?
I appreciate you doing your best today.
Do you understand? Appreciate? Like, all that is so condescending where it's just like more bigger or, whatever.
Oh man,
you're meeting them halfway, kind of.
Moving to New York, some of the stuff I've experienced, because I just got like some loaded dead end construction jobs when I got there, right? And I'd go on lunch, and like there's people who speak French because they're from like whatever part of the Caribbean that speaks French. Don't they speak French there somewhere? It's more like Creole or something. They speak.
Yeah,
but
I'm not sure.
Anyway, but yeah, you'd have a bunch of people speaking Spanish. There was like loads of it, and then there was like some Africans that spoke different things. So but we'd all having lunch, and we're trying to communicate over something, but like no one really speaks the same language. So you can eventually, through the working out mime, there was like I remember once there was like a cat on thing, and we were talking about someone was in love with the cat or something, but we was all through broken English, and I remember going, yeah, hell yeah. We spent like an hour trying to just explain that this guy loves the cat. I remember going, what is my life? What is my life?
Yeah, just breaking down the physical motions, where everybody just becomes a caveman at the end of it because you're just trying to communicate.
Yeah, I used to have, and those Spanish guys, they used to have so much fun. Like they loved the guys that I worked with, they were all from like Ecuador, and the most childish humor imaginable.
Oh, dude.
So I used
to work in kitchens and stuff.
Yes.
So I get it.
So it was like if there was like some cement on the ground, you'd be like poo, and they'd all be like rah! Like that's like they go nuts.
Oh, dude. I just anything. I think it's just the want and need to connect, even if you don't speak the same language. If you're around the same people long enough, you're like, well, I want to connect with this person still.
Yeah.
So like there's this older Hispanic guy who I used to work with at this Italian restaurant. He only washed dishes, and his name was Arturo.
Okay.
Spoke like no English, and his nickname was Archerini, the dishwashing machine. He didn't name himself that.
He introduced himself. Yeah.
Hola, nice to meet you.
Please,
Me llamo Arturini.
Yeah, my amigos call me.
And he loved to connect with us, even though he didn't speak English. He would walk out, he would grab sausage from the chef, and he would walk out with it by his apron, and he'd walk out with it in his hand. He's like, he's like jerking it off and stuff. And I'm like, Archerini, the dishwashing machine, you're at it again, buddy.
That's so funny. That's so, because I had a similar story once on the construction site. I put my hand through my pants and then put my finger through the fly of my jeans, and I started showing everyone, and everyone was like, "Oh!" And like there was like a huge crowd, everyone stopped working. There was a huge crowd, and everyone looked, and they were all laughing. And then one of the other guys came over, started pulling it, and everyone went like, it was crazy. Killing. It was like Def Jam. I mean, I was killing with that.
They stopped catcalling the women on the side of the road. They're joining in. They're throwing dollars at you.
Honestly, one of the biggest laughs I've ever gotten in my life was just all these construction workers.
Isn't that crazy? Like you think about certain moments in your life and you're like, that was one of the biggest laughs, including comedy.
Yes. Yeah.
Because sometimes when things are unplanned like that in life, like people are just like, they just lose it.
Yeah. It's like, do you have a show called Wipeout? Where like there's like
I remember Wipeout.
Wipeout used to be like my favorite show of all time, especially the English version. So they'd like be jumping on these balls, and
they were mean to those.
And they were getting some guy. They trick you because you think it's going to hit your feet, and then it'll whack you in the face, and then they would fall down. And nothing makes me laugh more. Like, so for all the best written TV shows of all time, nothing makes me laugh more than like some guy gets smacked in the face
Classic.
and falls into water.
It's
That's
so
like
good.
as good as you'll ever get it.
Yeah. Did you in Ireland? Was Jackass big in Ireland when you were growing up?
Yeah, it was. Yeah. It wasn't big in my house because we didn't have all the channels.
Right.
So
Well, MTV.
yeah, well, I didn't have MTV. MTV was like you have to pay for cable.
No, that's the same
so-
with me. Yeah, MTV, like you have to purchase it. So it's like its own package.
Did you have it?
I only had it like kind of later. I would see it at friends' houses. But then
Did you ever pretend? Did you ever have to do the thing of like you kind of pretend like you know about the shows? I would come in and everyone would be talking about like, oh, the new thing on Jackass or like Triple Eight.
Chappelle's show was the one for me where I had to fake knowing about it all the time. Do you know how many times I heard in the waters of Lake Minnetonka? I was like, this is hilarious. And I'm like, what does this mean?
Yeah. And you're getting it all mixed up.
I'm just like,
yeah. I'm Ashy, bitch.
Yeah.
It's like, have you seen the show?
Yeah, of course.
My favorite episode. I don't know what's yours. Me too. Yeah.
Exactly.
I had a lot of. I just pretending I didn't have. I don't know. I guess you felt embarrassed as a kid to not admit that you had.
Isn't that weird? How if you? I don't know. I look back at this a lot, and I used to really just worry so much about what other people thought.
Yeah.
So much to the point where I look back and I'm like, do all kids think like this? Like, are you that inside your head about getting embarrassed? Like my parents early on would train us if we went to McDonald's or whatever. They're like, no, you're telling the person I'm not ordering for you.
Yeah.
Like if I'm taking you to this restaurant, you are ordering the Happy Meal yourself so you can gain some social skills. So you're not this kid who's hiding behind a parent and then you never learn to connect with other people and stuff like that. Like, no, go up to the counter. I don't care if you're 4 or 5. Go up to the counter.
Yeah.
I'm right here. Order. Tell that person what you want.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I never even thought about that. Well, you're a parent. I'm nowhere near being a parent. Yeah. So I've never even thought about the idea of ordering, not ordering.
Yeah. Well, one weird thing I remember that I mean,
you have your 4-year-old like talking to the house insurance guy. You got to ring up a claim because you got your
hey, it's your teeth. Call the insurance.
You got an fender bender. All right, come on, you got to explain
you caused the wreck. So you're yammering at me from the back.
Yeah. So some guy was obviously not paying attention. Some fucking where'd they get that license from? I think they were drunk.
The weirdest celebrity that I ever saw that like kind of hid behind their significant other was Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie. I used to work at Starbucks in Beverly Hills.
Okay.
And they came in one day.
Nice.
Brad Pitt, salt of the earth guy.
Yeah.
You could just tell was not like fake. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Eye contact whole time.
Yeah.
Just very nice, like, hey, like this.
Never even tried to
blah, blah.
hide the fact that he was Brad Pitt. You just like, it is what it is, yeah.
Yeah, he's just like kind of like trying to be low key and not be loud, so because you don't want to cause a scene, but also just like being nice.
Celebrity cap on or no?
He had like sunglasses on.
Oh, he had sunglasses.
He did have the sunglasses
Yeah,
on.
you gotta have the
Angelina Jolie would not make eye contact with me.
Okay.
Hid behind Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
And was like soothsaying, like whispering things in his ears to order because she did not want to. She was so, I don't know if she just has anxiety about being outside in public with strangers and stuff like that. She was worried about being recognized or something. But it was weird. It was real weird that she was like going through him to order like parfaits and coffees and stuff like that.
She probably went down the road of having just assistants do all that for her for so long that she was like probably removed from that, and then she met Brad, and Brad's like, no, we don't need, I'll go in and order it. And she's like, okay. She's like shocked. And he's like just been this stoner hippie dude for so long that he's like, whatever.
I think he's from Missouri or somewhere like that.
He's just always been this like kind of a laid back dude.
Yeah.
Except for the thing that he did to her, I think. But
what did he do to her?
I don't know. I think he smushed her face on an airplane or something. I don't know.
Yeah?
She said something like that. He got. They were on a private jet, and he gave her a bit of a smushing.
What does that mean?
What
is an Irish smushing? What is a smushing?
A smush is kind of like I could. Fuck you. Letting them know you're really the most violent you can be without really damaging them.
All right, like tussling
just
a
real
face,
fucking
holding your own.
Yeah, just reminding them that you're so lucky I'm better than this.
Yeah.
You're so lucky
You're so lucky I'm a good person.
If I wasn't in therapy, I'd be scaring the kids right now.
If I didn't have my anger under control, this would be a different situation.
You're so lucky.
They're slowly turning red and purple.
Yeah. They're like, that final kick is coming out, and you're going,
I'm good.
Yeah, so that was their thing. But I guess a lot of these celebrities too, you do wonder, they get like these helpers and they suddenly start to like just remove themselves from reality. Kanye was saying that.
Becoming too reliant on help and stuff like that?
He said as soon as you become famous, you stop growing as a human because you just like, people come in and just take over your life. Everything you have to worry about, bills, car insurance, getting places. You never have to think about the general stuff. Like, you don't think about going to the airport when you're celebrity.
At that level?
Because someone's organized it for you. They're like, the car will pick you
Here's
up at
your
this
itinerary.
time. You don't even know. They just go, boom, where are we this weekend? You know, you hear about rock stars all like going, where are we? You know?
Oh, that happens a lot.
Yeah.
They'll be on the road somewhere and just be like, I forgot what city we're in.
You're
right
just
now.
shuttled into a van, and then that brings you to the plane, and you never do anything. And
Wow.
Yeah. Which is kind of nice, kind of sick.
Kind of squad goals, dude.
That's my
2023, here we come, dude.
Did you set any New Year's resolutions? Did you do any of that?
I need to. I usually set a bunch of New Year's resolutions, but I've got a couple just like personal like career things that I'm gonna try to make happen this year, but nothing like, I don't know. This is gonna sound super cheesy, but one of my main goals for 2023 is just to try to balance being a good dad and husband amongst the career stuff.
Yeah.
Because I got kid number 2 on the way. And
yes,
rock
hell
on,
yeah, dude.
And then my wife. So I want to be a good husband and also a good father,
Yeah.
but also a good comedian.
Yeah.
That's a lot of balance.
That's a lot of balance.
That's
a lot. Yeah.
So that's a big goal for 2023.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got anything on mind?
I sat down like yesterday to try think of some stuff, and it was all.
Do you ever write them down?
I wrote it down on a memo, but maybe I'll try stick it on a wall like a vision board to just be like.
Just to look at it every day?
Yeah. Just
Yeah. If I see it, it'll happen.
Just make
If I say it out loud.
Make Angelina Jolie my wife.
Yeah,
that's like my goal.
Yeah.
That's every day. How do I get this?
How do I get to that point?
Spread rumors about Brad Pitt? First of all, boom,
Yep.
annihilate the ex.
Mushing faces.
Brad Pitt be mushing.
By the way, can anybody comment like below to make sure, is that a real thing? Did Colum completely make that up? Is there any validity to that statement?
I swear.
You saw a good smushing article?
Yeah, it was only recently enough. It wasn't too long ago. It was like something to do with because the kids don't trust him, you know? It was like the kids came out with it, I think. Some of the adopted kids. I don't know too much about it, passing headlines, but I promise you, there was a private jet, bit of smushing, and one of the adopted kids doesn't like Brad.
Comment below with a link. We need it.
Hate to go all TMZ here, but I'm breaking.
Yeah.
It'd be so
Welcome
funny
back
to
to CMZ with Colum Tyrrell.
And it's also me just making stuff. I was like completely forgetting the real thing. It was no, actually, no. It was like a Dalia thing. Actually, completely.
Yeah, it's completely.
Oh, actually, completely different celebrity.
Completely different circumstances.
Yes,
Yeah.
There was a cult, not a smushing. There was another guy with a cult. Sorry, I'm always getting those two.
All of them mixed up.
Yeah,
they're all blurring together. They're all blurring together.
Yeah, but my goals were boring. I just had like try prioritize my health a little better. And
what are you trying to do to do that?
The last year, so pretty much since I got out of COVID, my diet's been horrible, and I haven't been working out, and I drink a lot. So that's just a combination of stuff. I want to eat healthy, work out, drink a whole lot less. That's kind of it. But like, and I'm like, normally I have something exciting, but it was like pure boring. Just, I'm not old now, I'm 32. It's just like, try to save a bit better. It's like just
Sure.
Yeah, cut down on the sugar.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm not getting any younger.
Listen, I might be lactose intolerant in a couple of years. So
yeah.
maybe trim back on the milk and dairy products a little bit.
Yeah, I'm checking in with my mother more.
Yeah. That's a New Year's resolution goal. Check in with mother more.
Check in with mother. No, she's getting on.
Yeah.
She's getting on.
Let's get into this next segment that's
Hell yeah.
called Wig.
Nice.
So, Sheila,
Hey,
you been getting any cock lately?
you know you can't get good cock in this town anymore. Everyone's gay. All these guys are gay these days.
Yeah, what's up with all these guys turning gay whenever you get them back home? It's like, are you gonna put it in me or not?
Yo, yeah, they're eating my pussy. I'm like, yo, stop. What, are we playing here? We dancing? You fucking fuck me.
Yeah, it's like, okay, I paid for your dinner already.
Yeah.
Are you really not gonna put it in me?
Yeah, all these fucking guys. I had this one guy. I was like, why don't you come over and fuck me? He said, why don't we go for dinner first? I said, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah. I mean, like I was thinking about this the other day. I was like, okay, I've got a good set of fingers and something frozen in the freezer. That's way cheaper than going out and risking a guy not completing the job.
Yeah. And you know what? I hate when these guys, you go out for dinner, and then they go, I'm not going home with you tonight. And then they think you're entitled for some dick. I just paid for your dinner. I should get some dick.
Listen, you're going to put out if I put out my credit card. That's plain and simple right there.
Yeah. If I don't get some dick,
Nice cock, honey.
I bet you got back pain, baby.
Yeah, from carrying all that nutsack.
That big old schlong that I love. Love schlong.
Listen, Sheila, you're going to have to be a little bit more confident. It kind of dropped off there at the end. like it was kind of.
I'm working on it.
Listen, you kind of kept it to yourself, and it was like one of those things where it's like they're not going to be able to hear you if you're not really going for it. Okay, so the next time a guy passes by, just be a little bit more confident. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, here comes a dad with a stroller.
Oh, great.
Yo, you want another one, honey?
Huh? You want to pump mama full of another baby?
Give me some of that good juice.
Come on. Is your jizz single?
Woo. I'm fertile, baby. Come on.
We are both two fertile women.
You like period sex? I'm on my period. No rubber, baby. Yo, why you?
You can go wrong, either of us, honey.
Come back.
Okay, that was in front of a child. Maybe that was a hint inappropriate.
She has to learn.
I guess
she has to learn.
She did look about 6 years old.
She has to. We're some respectable girls.
Yeah. We're just some working class girls just trying to. Will you pass me the jackhammer over there? Will you pass me that? Oh, that's. Oh.
I'm working out.
Wow, I guess so. Oh, you know what? Sheila, come over here. Do you want me to put something on the end of this jackhammer?
Oh, should I come over?
Come on.
Let me have. Yeah, you need some more weight on that jackhammer.
Yeah, okay.
I think.
Okay.
I think you need some weight.
Oh, you're really coming over.
I'm gonna come over. I got it. Oh yeah. That's a good
Sheila, I'm not gonna lie. I was not expecting you to actually come over here.
Come on, we're almost done. We're almost just two ladies doing construction.
Sheila, I hope you got off because that was very hard on my biceps and tries.
We did. Look, we do well here. These men can't do construction like we can.
I was gonna ask you to stay put, and I was gonna jackhammer you from over here, but you ended up coming over and sitting on the jackhammer over here.
I thought you needed my help.
Well, obviously you needed my help to get off. Hey! Does the carpet match the drapes? Is there a beard around your ball sack?
Hey, babe. Hey, man. Yo, let's see your balls.
Hey, let me see that penis lactate.
Yo, you pre-coming, baby? I bet you pre-coming.
Yeah, I bet you did. I bet you pre-came when you saw me and my pal Sheila over here.
That your girlfriend? I'll beat the fuck out of her.
Yeah, we will. That piece of crap. I'll get over here. We'll take all the teeth out. We'll scratch your eyes out, and then we'll send it to you in the mail. We love you.
Nice. We'll get him when he comes back.
Yeah, back around.
School run.
Back around.
Yeah.
So, did your husband pack you anything for lunch today, Sheila?
You know that fucking cocksucker's never packed me nothing.
He's never packed you a lunch before?
The last time he packed me something, it was a fucking...
What was it?
It was a fucking Wagyu steak.
A Wagyu steak?
Wagyu steak.
For lunch?
For lunch.
What a heathen.
He got it from a Michelin star restaurant.
Oh, that piece of shit.
And I was like, yo, Get Dunkin' Donuts. He knows I like Dunkin' Donuts.
Exactly.
What a fucking...
Why would he get you Wagyu?
Because I think his brain is broken.
You know what it is?
Why?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is broken.
His brain is broken.
You took the words right out of my mouth, honey. Now,
what about your husband? What did you get anything?
You know, he made me a peanut butter and jelly recently, and which I was gonna be okay with.
Nice.
But then he knows that I do only creamy.
Only creamy.
This bitch put in crunchy into my peanut butter and jelly. What kind of an animal does he think I am?
Jeez, you know, do you hit him?
Do I have hooves? Do I have a goat tail? I don't think so.
You know you gotta hit him. Do you hit him?
Yeah, of course
you gotta hit your husband.
I threw him down the stairs whenever I got home from work.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. I put when he's asleep, I put my cell phone beside his balls. Mm-hmm. Gave him testicular cancer.
Girl, you're bad.
He's gotta learn.
He does have to learn. He does have to learn. Sometimes he has to learn the hard way.
Also, now he's got like 3 big balls.
Oh, you lucky woman over here.
I like it.
Well, we gotta clock out soon.
Yeah.
Should we say goodbye to any more men?
Look, it's a Mexican man over there.
Oh.
Woo!
Hello. Is that? Ooh.
Man, more like Manuel, more like man very well.
Oh, okay. Wow, you've really got your whistles down. Felipe, more like fill me up, eh? Huh? Get over here. That one didn't work. I'm sorry. I'm workshopping new ones.
It was good. I liked it.
Did you?
They can't all be.
They can't all be zingers, I guess.
No.
Alejandro, okay. I'll be your Alejandro. Ho. Is it getting better?
Yeah. It's getting better. I'm trying to think of Mexican names. Other than Manuel. What's a...
My mouth hurts. I think it's from all the blowjobs I've been given lately.
But why we gotta pass the time at work somehow.
It's true. Well, same time tomorrow.
Yeah, of course you got it.
All right, bye, Sheila.
Bye, Fiona. I often thank God that I was not born, like in the wrong body. Like if I had to be a trans woman, I'd be a very, very unattractive trans woman, and I'm often glad about that. Does that make sense? I'm not gonna be a pretty woman. Some people could be. I think you can be a pretty woman. You got a pretty.
Maybe with a nose reduction.
Possibly with a nose reduction, correct.
I think I can get away with this particular. Not to say that ladies with big noses are unattractive. I'm just saying this particular model.
Yeah.
Is a little. It's a little masculine.
A little bit of work. A little
bony.
bit. Yeah. What I'd have. It's not right. It's almost like it's just I can't even imagine how I could look good as a woman.
Well, I just saw Sheila and va-va-voom. Whoa. Let's just say the acting side of me was having to restrain myself.
I think we got to redo the jackhammer scene.
You know what's so funny about that is I really thought you were gonna stay in your seat and do this, but then you just walked over to my lap, and I was like, "Well, I guess this is happening."
I guess it just grinding against me.
Guess this is happening.
Nice. Yeah.
Wednesday.
Look, I said that was what?
I said it's a Wednesday.
You got it. Yeah.
Embrace it. Anything can happen.
Look, you're a married man, starved for attention, so it was good to give you a little something.
Yeah, dude.
You'll be sniffing that wig later. Fiona.
Oh yeah. Sheila. Let's just say I'm going on the road this weekend. It's gonna get me through the weekend.
Your wife's going, why are you talking about don't mention Sheila?
Yeah, we meet a woman named Sheila like in the future, and I'm just like I come on my pants immediately. She's like, what was that reaction? I'm like, don't worry about it. It was something that happened years ago.
You know, there wasn't a whole lot of catcalling when in construction with me. Well, there was, but
yeah, that's a big stereotype too.
I think it's a stereotype as in a well articulated, like, hey baby, I love your ass, show me your ass. Like that's not. It's more or less like, or like sort of things like that. Going, yo, what's up, kind of thing. Mm-hmm. But I used to hate it because it was like annoying. You're on lunch, and like a girl walks by. and then someone's like whistling at her, and it's like nothing's ever gonna materialize, really. But you also got to say, in parts of New York, like in the Bronx and stuff, it's much more common. It's much more of a cultural thing.
Yeah,
I think catcalling is more of a white woman issue, and then in other neighborhoods, it's more like just the way it goes.
Yeah,
you know? Yeah. It's Louis J. Gomez has the joke about it. It's like it's called hollering. No, I wasn't catcalling. I was hollering about it. But I used to hate it because I was like, best case scenario, you call this girl, and then she's gonna come over, and now she's talking to us. And then we're just like listening to some random chick while I'm trying to enjoy my lunch in like my horrible mixing cement job, you know?
Right.
Like that's like the worst case scenario. The best case scenario is like horrible to me.
Even if she does come over, then she's seeing you in your natural habitat of working and stuff, and then you're like, where do we go from here? Like,
she's like, so how you guys doing? And I'm like, fuck off.
yeah. I don't want to be looked at right now at work.
Yeah,
I just want to do my job and get out of here and forget about it.
Yeah, well, I'd never have much confidence now to catcall someone or even like be like a long distance approacher type of guy.
Yeah, I think it takes also a specific kind of woman who would actually like that. You know what I mean? To turn around and be like, hey.
Yeah. I think they're Dominican or something. I don't know what it is, but it's. I'm telling you, it works. It works in some places.
Hey, maybe that is. Maybe some people do see it as a confidence thing. It's like, oh, he had the confidence to step to me. Okay,
yeah.
Let's see what he's all about.
Biggie Smalls did it in the movie about him, the Notorious B.I.G.
Good movie.
I don't know if that was the actual scene, but Lil Kim was walking by. He's like, "Yo, what's up, babe?"
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, they were.
And that guy got chicks.
He did, yeah, and he rhymed about it afterwards.
Yeah, he did.
I got chicks. They suck my dick.
That's the natural rhyme.
Yeah, yeah. I think rapping is kind of overrated. Do you?
I think it can be for sure. I think that there's good rap and then there's a lot of bad rap. It's one of those things where there's probably rap is one of my favorite genres, but there's a lot of crap within that. I think that country is the worst genre there is.
Okay, yeah.
I think there's the most bad music within the country genre.
Yeah, there's a lot of.
I think there's the most highs and lows within rap, though. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Okay.
Like the disparity between good and bad, there's a lot in the middle.
Yeah. For me, there's like 6 guys I've ever heard that I was like, that's actually good. Mm-hmm. And then like Lil Wayne is great. But then the vast majority of it's like kind of like, you know, the double entendres and stuff. It's like, you just got to sit down and they're just puns. Like,
right.
It's not hard. Like, they're puns.
Yeah.
Like if I heard someone, because he rhymed, it's supposed to be great. But if I hear someone do that same type of a pun
as a joke on stage,
I go, oh god! But when Jay-Z does it, we're all like, what a genius!
Even at stand-up shows, it'll get groans. If you do certain puns in front of crowds, they're like, ugh.
And it should do. It should get groans. Yeah, but like what's Lil Wayne's like I stand in front of the clock because I'm ahead of my time or something like that.
Right.
Yeah, and you're like, all right, I get it. But sometimes it's a stretch then too.
Right.
You know, where they're always just like, I can't even think of a good example.
They're always looking for that next one that you're like, okay, I guess that's all right.
Yeah.
I plant my feet on the ground because I was raised like a tree.
Yeah.
like stuff like that where you're like, I guess it kind of makes sense, but also at the same time, how's this benefiting you?
Yeah, and then they're like, yeah, like the roots of a tree, Roots, the slave movie, and they're trying to sit there and like, how can I make this? What's
all tie together?
Yeah, while rhyming.
Yeah.
It stinks, man. Rap stinks, dude.
Hot take from Colum. Rap stinks.
Rap fucking stinks.
That might be one of the most white Irish things you can. You know what? Rap stinks.
No, I like Eminem.
Okay.
But the rest of it.
The rest of it, I can't understand what they're saying.
Yeah, I just think it's over. I do think it's overrated. I honestly think if you gave me like a few months, just like focus on rapping, just the pure writing element of it, I think I could be.
You think you could do it?
I think I could definitely be the best in the world.
What an overstatement! What an overstatement!
I think just give me a couple of weeks.
Just give me a deal.
I'm not. Listen, someone else can do the beats because that I have no thing. But I could definitely just like sit down and be like, all right, what's a common expression?
Right.
Raining cats and dogs, and then you go, all right, cats and dogs, and then
you're gonna come out with a great rap song about raining cats and dogs.
That's just one line. This is just one line.
Okay, this is one line.
Raining cats and dogs, and then it'd be like, something to do with like kennels or something in the kennels, and like he's getting L's in the kennels where it's raining cats and dogs. You know, this was about 4 seconds of me riffing, but I think you give me an hour, that's a good line. I'll get that. And that's one line. How many do you need per song? 10?
You need quite a few.
20?
Yeah, what's the over under here? Let's do our final segment of the show that's called Sax Talk.
Oh, sax talk.
Okay, half of my mouth is numb. I've never played sax after I've gotten dental work done before, but we're going to do it here today. Colum is going to share a story of a sexual encounter where I play some sweet, sweet sax underneath, and here we go. Whenever you're ready.
So this story, it's more of a story about plumbing than it is about sex. Well, you can take whatever themes away. It's multi-layered like that. It's for you, the listener, or the watcher. So the year, New York City, 2018. And a young Colum Tyrrell, me, I'm working in a bar in Queens. Yes. It's an Irish neighborhood, and it's just full of Irish immigrants who long for the old country. Long story short, I was bartending. I close up that night, but there's one of the regulars. She's hanging around, so then we lock up. We knew what's going on. And I go, I'm not a lock up, but you can stay. You can stay. We're about to do some stuff in my place of work. So, but there's cameras around and stuff like that. So we don't want the owner to see us because he'd be watching. So we went into one of the bathrooms and we're playing around and we're like doing stuff. Things are getting hot. Things are getting hot and heavy. And at one point, the lady I was with, she leaned on the sink too hard and the whole sink ripped off the wall. Came crashing down. So I was able to fix it real quick, kind of hooked it back on the wall a bit, but the pipes are broken, everything was messed up. It was bad. But we finished what we went in there to do. Sink or no sink, we were able to just keep on rocking. And so obviously then I can't tell my boss, hey, I was cracking open some young one. I was cracking open a customer in the bathroom and we broke the sink. So I had to tell him that there was a girl who got too drunk. She went into the bathroom and she was drunk and ripped it off the thing. And it would fall off all the time. Like it was one of those sinks that just kept falling off the wall for a few months. And then I don't know, someone might have told my boss, but every time he'd see me, he'd be like, Colum, I know you did something. And that's the old tale of Colum and the sink in the bar. Yeah. Nice.
Dude.
Is that a good
story?
That
was great.
Was that a good story?
Yeah, that was actually a great story. I'm just imagining like the panic that set in.
Yeah, while also being in...
You're also wanting to finish the job. The
yes,
task
so
at
you're
hand.
like... She's like, what should we stop? I'm like, no, it's good. It's fine.
It's fine. There's water going everywhere.
Sewage pipe.
Did you have to try to turn it off real quick, like the supply, or did you, before you ended the sex, did you just keep like?
I think I had to cut. I think I had to cut
a shut off valve or whatever.
You know what? The sink was like a small wash hand base, and it was hooked onto the wall, and that came down off the hook. So I think all the stuff was still connected to it. And there was a little bit of a leak, but it wasn't anything. And I had to re-hook it up and tighten it. But then the problem was people would constantly come in and lean on it and just it would go down all the time.
Dang.
Yeah, and I had to bring in the plumbers loads of times and all that stuff. And I remember when the plumbers was like, I was like, yes, I'm drunk, girl. And they were like, I don't know how, but he was like, I bet you were in there with someone. I was like, no.
She was drunk.
let's meet in the middle. Combination of the two stories.
Yeah, exactly. Well, dude, thank you so much for coming on the podcast while you've been in town, man.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me, man. Appreciate it. Good to see things are doing well for you. Congratulations on the new kid on the way.
Appreciate that, brother. Appreciate that. And where can people find you? I did your podcast recently that people can check out on your channel. The
Colum Tyrrell podcast. Mm-hmm. It's on my YouTube channel. YouTube/Colum Tyrrell. It's available everywhere you download. If you want to see me live, just head off to columtyrrell.com. I put up all my dates there. I don't know if you have a lot of LA listeners out here, but I'm going to be doing a show in the Belly Room on St. Patrick's Day, which is March 17th. So I'm not just be like a Colum Tyrrells and friends. Dope. Come celebrate St. Patrick's Day with a real Irish person, and we'll all dress up like leprechauns and get too drunk.
Definitely do that. There are a lot of LA listeners who tune into this podcast, so definitely do that. And then, I'll be on tour as well, jeremiahwatkins.com for tour dates. There's a new episode of Stand Up on the Spot that's out right now, but it's 18 and up. You have to sign in to watch it because YouTube found it too vulgar to just put out there. So youtube.com/@standupots. Help get some more traffic on that episode. Is with Godfrey, Maddie Smith, Nick Vatterott, and your boy Jeremiah Watkins. Thank you so much for tuning in. And thanks again for coming by, brother.
Thanks for having me, man. A lot of fun. Yeah. Thank you.